QRMBT Office 5522, Saquarema City, Federative Unit, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Environment Qualified. We will have a review, quite simple, quite clear, and we will let the January 1st, in the way we have, we could observe that we have our distribution as value from a unit, which is a seat, as a small unit of anything, as a structure, and we observe that is a piece. The unit is a piece of a structure that will have the composition as result a system. The systemic crime is the failure at the unit as such, integrated with structural failure, give me the idea as systemic failure. We will observe that this model goes and we can track by the normal distribution as Gauss curve. We will observe that here at my curve I have the -1, here I have the 0, 0. Here the curve, the distribution, shows levels like this. And we will observe that those levels will be presented kind of, if I have a procedure in a very first moment, I can consider the symmetric perception at this procedure, which will have the positive one as behavior and motivation as something that probably will give the negative one as an abusive procedure. And this is observed in Brazil. If you make an entrance at my private room in the moment that I'm not here, check everything and put drugs in my environment, you are doing a procedure but with the symmetrical behavior and intention, which is have the forged blazing act against someone. In the same way, when you do the procedure to collect data and violate the privacy, committing industrial crime, the procedure is here, but your behavior is symmetric here. The distribution of normal curve, considering this analysis as systemic review of structural failure integrated by single units, give me the perception as systemic crime Brazil, going in a very peculiar field as financial field, distribution of values by overpayment, considering the association by privileged and abusive benefits from main chairs at the 5,000 seat as units with the staff unit and players associated or linked with getting an entrance at this scheme, 27 governors with staff and a single president with staff, and this goes by Ponzi scam. The integration of the diverted money give me the laundry scam. The academic effort applied at the industry confirmed this frequency 55 with internal value as risky and criminal intention. Best wishes, and we will check that on January 1st in 2022 we will have this model here as observation. I will have a paper and expose. First thing that we will consider, have on mind, is that the COBOL is a binary reading. This binary reading will take a look and qualify the environment and will set a oriented program. This oriented program will go kind of like this. If I could observe, and indeed was confirmed, the structural failure as distribution in Brazil, I will have my 5 as frequency, and the value observed was positive 1, and the intention, which is a deeper level, indeed is criminal. But we have one, which is my 5, the first taxonomy made as conjunctural review by the COVID, considering the COVID, by the COBOL, considering the COVID-19. This will give now the perception as matrix. units. And I will have the equalization by equity, which will make much more easy to apply the jurisdiction by the identical silence as motivation to continue the crime, considering any other structure with the same distribution as failures, integrated from units as structure and system with a main chair which is the leader of each one of those nations at the covenant. And in the end, we have the nation. I will put here the first nation, and the last one, 197. And the integration of all, we can consider the immigrant as a flow, which is a hidden level that acts in all areas but have no fixed nationality, 198. And by identity, we have the criminal that has nationality, no gender, no color, no creed, 199. Pattern as organization and doing unsetting the organization by violation of constitutions, making pressure by social benefits, and requesting humanitarian support with hidden level as transference -1 and motivation illegal. Easy to understand. If we consider the silence as a piece of corruption, in Brazil, by act goes in no other area at the pandemic evil. There are no guarantees as outlaw, but we can destroy our global conjunto. Inside each one of those systems to fail, we will have a regressive model. Inside each one of our uh, system as global system, which is this sheet of paper entire, we will have nations. Inside this nation, we will have cluster of distortion that will be observed at federative unit or confederative unit as the structural design here and the same thing here. All interconnected by failures and risks. These are risk analysis. But this risk indeed was a piece of a Ponzi scam as laundry using elements in global scale like FIFA or leagues, summits to organize the ideas and have the thematic panel in the pandemic era, are unable to have transparency evidence in three levels as hidden levels. The first one, the immigrant flow that is all around but having no fixed nationality. The second one, the transnational organized crime. The third one, the steering committee as a constitutional committee, which is, you know, the group 200, Sigma. Any question? No. It's recommended to have, one more time, the strike as SAGA against regular areas, +1, with misusage as -1 and intention 00. In the same way, do the prisons considering decision signatures and accounts linked with the areas -1 inside regular fields, because the motivation is the criminal intent. The systematical behavior, make ourselves very sure about the reasons to convict you all, but you can destroy the entire global system by the COBOL analysis, having the equalization by equity and applying an international jurisdiction by autonomy. And then we will consider have these groups in the way we had our regressive model from 2022, considering summits that goes since the first day of the year. in the United Nations, the Davos, and others, and the Olympics, the FIFA. And we will have agreements, maybe prisons, SAGAs, and that group committing and insisting do the international illegal activity as crime will be sent for sure to a boat placed in an area as oversea with neutral jurisdiction and application of the most benefit guarantee. This is how the COBOL works after the optimization, the control in global scale. Promise made, promise kept. Have a nice weekend.